Hello. So today's short lesson is going to be about iterating through a list. A list is a data type in Python, and I've started off with a markdown cell, just like to put the goal of today, which is iterate through a list. And I've actually already created a list. So LST equals, and then there's a bunch of, I guess you would call it sea life or seafood in here, depending on your preferences. So we're going to go ahead and run that. Great. And then the next question I have on this is what's the length of this list? So the function you use to find that is len and then lst. And you can run that 7. So let's count and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, there are 7 elements in a list. So each of these types of seafood / life is an element of the list. There are 7 elements. And then the next part is how do we iterate through this list? Now, iterating means how do we loop through the list? So let me actually create another cell. So what you're going to do is you're going to use a for loop. So for I in range length list, what's this saying is in the range item 0 through item 7, but not including item 7. I'm going to print LST I. So let's just run that, see if it works, then we'll talk about it a little bit. Cool. So you get shrimp, crawfish, salmon, lobster, crab, swordfish, anchovies. So you get all of the elements printed line by line in the original list. So how did we do this? So a for loop helps you iterate through this list, a collection of elements. And when you say for I is referring to the index. So even though there are 7 elements in this list, the list actually starts at index 0. So shrimp is actually at index 0. Let's just do it so you can see what I mean. So LST0 means return to me the element at the 0th index of the list, shrimp. So, and then this is index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is saying for indices in range 0 through 7. And then whenever you use range, remember that the last index actually doesn't get included. So 7 doesn't get included, which works for us because there is actually no 7 index here. It ends at 6. Print the element at that index. Now, this isn't the only way to iterate through the list. You can also say for val in LST, print val. Okay, let's try this out. Cool, it does the same thing. So this is actually not going through and finding each index and then returning the element at the index. It's just iterating through each element automatically, just saying, what's the element? Just print it out. Next element, print it out. So there are pros and cons to using each approach. Usually it depends on the problem at hand, but these are 2 for loop methods you can add to your toolkit and use them. And then you can even combine them, like I enjoy a large plate of, and let's see, LST, I don't know, let's do 4. I don't actually remember what that one is. Well, let's check it out. Oh, I think extra space here, but I enjoy a large plate of crab. So that's something else you can do. Anyway, until next time.